I'm going home. But why? Well, as you could probably see, I don't really have a lot of stuff right now. I don't have my computer, I only have one guitar, I have new glasses I need to get, and there's just a bunch of other things that just makes a bedroom a little bit more bedroomy. So that is why I'm going to be driving 4.5 to 5 hours home to Virginia to get my stuff. So let's get packing and get on my way. On we go. Finally home. Good morning. As you can see, it's the next morning, and I have immediately been put to work by my parents. So let's get a little bit of work done, and then we'll talk about some guitars. That ended up being a lot more work than I anticipated. My neighbors intercepted me and had me do some yard work for them too, so I was out there for a while. But it's okay. I love helping my neighbors out. They're lovely, lovely people. But anyways, let me get cleaned up, then we'll talk about some guitars. It's guitar time. Guys, I'm not exactly sure what guitars I should bring back. I would absolutely love to bring back this bad boy, the 1979 Gibson Les Paul Custom Tobacco Sunburst. This is my absolute dream guitar. However, I can't bring it. It's worth too much money, and it's just not worth the risk. I don't really think anything bad would happen to it, but it's not worth the risk to me. This guitar is worth too much to me sentimentally as well as financially, to where it's just not worth it. It's best just to keep it here home, where it's safe and I know nothing bad can happen to it. So, unfortunately, the Les Paul Custom can't come. I could bring the Strat or the PRS, however, they both share a common issue, and that issue is that they're my dad's. I've already talked to him about it, and he said I could bring them if I wanted. However, since they're not my guitars, I really don't want to take on that risk of just damaging someone else's guitar, just knowing that, you know, sometimes they're not always in my control, and I'm just not really willing to take that risk with somebody else's guitars. He doesn't really play as much anymore as he'd like. That's why they're in my room and they haven't really been played much, but still, don't really want to bring them. Now, the 2008 Epiphone Slash model would actually be a pretty good guitar to bring. This is something I'm going to have to consider. However, I don't think it'll be in the top choices of guitars I bring. And honestly, I don't really have any great reasons of why I wouldn't bring it, because it sounds great, it's easy to play. I really don't have many reasons not to like it. And don't get me wrong, I do like it. However, it's just one of those guitars. It's a transitionary guitar. I don't really mean to keep it for any meaningful period of time, so it's for sale anyways. I haven't really listed it anywhere, so I guess not, but it's for sale if you want to buy it. But anyways, I might consider bringing it, but I'm not totally sure. No problem with my baby, my everything. I love this guitar so much. I brought it last year, and I ended up not playing it at all. I ended up pretty much only playing the gold top over there as opposed to this here. So if I know I didn't play it last year, I know I'm probably not going to play it this year, so this one's out. Speaking of which, the gold top. This one here is definitely one of my favorites. It's one of the best sounding guitars I have. I love the feeling in the neck, and it's very easy to play. all reasons of why I should bring it to college. Now, if you guys have been here for at least a year, you know that I actually bought this guitar while I was at college last year. I bought it at the same ash that I recorded the last video in, which I actually didn't mention that, but that was the same ash that I bought this here. That obviously doesn't really have any factor of why I'm bringing it back to college this year, but it was a guitar I played a ton, and it's a guitar I played all summer long. Didn't really ever get out of the honeymoon phase of this thing. Love this guitar, and I'm going to bring it back with me to college this year. But I don't think this is enough. I don't think having that guitar and my SG gives me enough variation in the instruments that I have to really give me a complete sound and access pretty much everything that I need for the school year. So there's another guitar that I'm probably going to bring with me, and that would be the 1987 Kramer F6000. This right here is a vintage Super Strat from the 80s, and I love it to death. It sounds 80s, it looks 80s, and it feels 80s. That's pretty much all you can ask for in a Super Strat. I have a couple shows lined up in which I'm going to need a Super Strat style guitar, one of the songs being Ice Cream Man by Van Halen, so having a Super Strat, it's necessary for that kind of song. With the Floyd Rose and the high output pickups, you can't go wrong. Yes, I know, this is the other guitar that I brought with me to college, but I played it almost as much as the Gold Top, and I got my use out of it. I played it live, and I love it to death. So, the Kramer F6000 is going to be the next guitar I bring with me to college. I forgot how thin the neck was in this thing, holy crap. Though familiar, these are going to be the guitars I bring with me to college again. So basically the main reason why I'm bringing both of these again is just because I know I'm going to play them. They're both inspiring, and I love both of them to death. So that is why I'm bringing the Gibson Les Paul Standard 50 Gold Top, as well as the Kramer F6000. So this is going to be the second kind of vlog style video I've ever filmed. So please let me know if you guys like this style of content, because the last video I filmed, it got pretty good reception. It was received pretty well, is what I meant to say. There was definitely a couple people who said the video is boring, which is why I try to make the editing a bit more fun, a bit more fast-paced, added some music to make it a little bit better. So even though, yeah, some of those comments may have come across as just a little bit rude, it's okay, because what you do is you take it at face value. You don't actually listen to what they say, but you listen to what they say, if that makes any sense. It doesn't make any sense. What I'm trying to say is, though yes, someone may say something rude to you, a lot of the times there's actually some truth behind it. They may have said the last video is boring, which may seem very mean, but what I do is I don't get upset about it. I go back, I watch the video, I realize, hey, maybe it could be a bit more fast-paced, maybe it could be a bit more funny and whatnot, and then that could make it more entertaining. So maybe sometimes in life it's good to listen to the haters, if you will, because sometimes your haters are your biggest supporters. If they didn't care at all, they probably wouldn't leave a comment. So I try to make this video better than the last one, and I hope my efforts proved worthwhile. So please, let me know what I could do better in the comments, and just let me know if you guys like this vlog-style content. I think it's really fun to film. It's definitely a bit different than what I'm used to filming. I'm used to more talking head style, kind of content like this. But the vlog-style stuff, it's a lot of fun to film. It's definitely out of my comfort zone, which is another reason why I like doing it, because it's a fun challenge. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys liked this video, feel free to click like. And if you loved it, and you want to see more content from me, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.